staying informed is reading policy and not the words that they say, right? It's more about actions. And it's the same thing when it comes to life in investments. You can't let what the market says dictate your investments unless you're a day trader. And really, even as a day trader, you lose more, you have more opportunities to lose than you win, but the upside rewards you more. So it's a really tough game that I think you just don't need to play with politics. It shouldn't take you that way as well, and that really it that really solves problems by creating a purpose outside of a politician and really saying that you want to help by actually taking actions. I mean, it's the same thing like if you're an environmental scientist and you think that uh, in your area these people are doing some crazy things and say it's damaging the soil and you're wondering how you could fix it, instead of getting mad at the people and saying, wow, these people are stupid or all these different things, you gotta put yourself in other people's shoes and realize that some people just have no idea and they take the first choice they hear. And really same thing in politics, truly. But I think even as you're an environmental scientist in your local area trying to change something, I think it starts with really going up to other people, making it aware, because people are so busy in their everyday lives, they really don't care at the almost any level. And the truth is that it starts with evidence, so looking at actions instead of just saying stuff. And that really goes into the psychological point of noise versus signal, because people hear all this noise about politicians doing this, doing that, because it's just noise. That's what's going around, that's the news cycle. But when you want to focus on is the signal, it's clear, it's evidence, it's factual, it's something that you know is real and that's gonna happen, like policies, right? I think policies matter more than what somebody actually says. And same thing when you go to negotiate, you look at the evidence, what's in front of you. Hey, what about this thing that I just saw? Why am I a part of this, right? And sometimes people just don't focus on the signal and they realize what happened, and then they just got robbed by a politician because they focused on the noise they produce and didn't see what they're actually doing. And this probably has nothing to do with what's currently going on right now. I think it should be being alert at every time that you gotta focus on the signal of what's actually happening instead of just what somebody says to you. And I learned the hard way that people really do love to lie. Literally every time. It's crazy. But it really starts with focusing on the evidence, because, I mean, in politics, people obsess over all the noise that's going on, but then they don't hear what actually happens behind closed doors when the actual policies and stuff are enacted that actually affects your life more than what the politicians say. And really, that's the same mindset you need to have when you're making investments, is that you don't have to care about what other people are doing, because the investments are there for you, for your future, not for somebody else. Yeah, maybe because you're making an investment, the money goes to the seller and you get the stock. That happens in the short term. But if you think about it from a macro level, that that amount gets swapped constantly between the market, really is the value that you're willing to believe in. Because, I mean, investments, people say they're still a gamble at the end of the day, and it might be right in a 1 year time frame, but really the investments is the 10-year time frame. You can't say that you weren't there, you didn't invest, because even for me, I could have started years earlier and have had thousands of dollars, but I kept worrying about what investment to buy. And while that does play a role, I think just focusing on that signal instead of hearing all this other stuff and noise is really what is gonna make you optimistic and not have to worry about politicians, because it really does polarize people, and I think you can make way more money by having both sides agree, or however many sides people come up with every day. There's always something new. But if it's easier to sell something, it's easier to make money if you sell something to more people, and that really comes down to ideas too. And the fact that some people don't realize that is it's tough. But I think just me talking about it and sharing what I hear is probably something that can help, because I mean, even with politicians, like I said before, they're in it for their pockets more than they're in it for you. But the thing is that it's we the people that have the power to elect them out, and the same thing goes when you make money decisions. It's we the people who make those decisions, and it starts with smarter decisions that I think it's worth just thinking and discussing it. Because I mean, even in politics, some people would rather silence the other person than having a discussion. And it really starts with the discussion first. I mean, even if you're in college and you have like just professors that maybe don't agree with them politically, but if you're never going to talk to them and understand where they're coming from, then I think you lost more than you won. Because really, it's a democracy that everybody's in America, and if you can't talk to other people about it, then then what do you think is gonna happen when you go into vote? That you gotta discuss it with people, and it's kind of tough because, like, even me, I don't want to change my mind on some things. I have principles and I stand on my ground, but I still need to discuss it, still talk about it. I don't shut people off unless they're trying to freaking attack me. But that really comes down to just talking about it. And same thing with investments. Find somebody to talk to investments about, getting a second opinion. I think that matters more than just listening to all the stuff going on in the news, because it's easier to tell what's going on in the economy when you ask somebody who's affected by it than who was speculating about it. And that really is the truth about it. And there's nothing else to really say, because it's really about what you do and not what other people are doing. Politics, investments, doesn't matter. It's the same thing at the end of the day, human nature. And I think it's better to understand it than to just avoid